Right here we've got one of my favorite backpacking tents, the Gossamer Gear The One. It's really lightweight, easy to set up, and you don't have to take out a second mortgage to get one. I've spent a lot of nights in this thing, so I'm going to show you how to set it up.
The first thing is to lay out my homemade Tyvek ground sheet to add some extra protection to the bottom of the tent, and then unroll my tent on top of that. This tent sets up only using 2 trekking poles and tension, so it's important to get things staked out securely. The stake should be set at a 45-degree angle from the corner of the tent with just a little bit of slack. I usually set my trekking poles to about 125 centimeters. They go into a cup at the top and a grommet attached to the floor to give the tent some structure. Then I stake out the main peak guy line, and that's pretty much it. This tent has tie outs at the head and foot, and I like to put a stick under each of those lines so that it's pulling the wall out instead of down. This really increases the internal space. Next, I go around the tent to make sure all those stakes are in a good place and add some additional tension to those guy lines. This tent is made out of sil nylon, which tends to stretch over time. So before I get in bed, I'll go around and adjust everything one last time to ensure I have a nice top pitch. I'm 6 feet tall and I fit in this tent quite comfortably without my head or feet touching the walls. The version that I own is from 2020, and unfortunately the current version is 4 inches shorter, so keep that in mind. When breaking things down, you gotta first remove all the debris that got in there somehow, and then you undo everything in reverse order from setup. I really like how fast and easy the setup and teardown of this tent is. I'll fold it in thirds and roll it up, and then it fits in my pack very well. Setting up a trekking pole tent can seem a little challenging at first, but once you practice a couple times and get the hang of it, you'll have camp set up in no time. This tent goes for about $255 new, and compared to other tents in this category, I think that's a really great price. I've got about 100 nights in this tent and it's still going strong.